This is a brief discussion, guidance on weightlifting belts. Are they necessary? Are they unnecessary? What should we need to know about them, etc. So there are many different types of weightlifting belts on the market. There's tons of different types, tons of different brands. You're going to have to ask around a little bit, ask for advice, maybe try out some lifting belts, see what works for you, and start with a cheap one. See if you like it, see if you can use it properly, see if it benefits you, etc. There's some concern over purists that say you should never use a weightlifting belt. The reasons they often give are because you don't want to not work your core, you don't want to atrophy your core muscles, and you want to use your natural core brace. That's half true. I agree you want to develop your core and use your own core brace, but this does not invalidate that at all. Not only does it logically make sense that that would be the case once I explain it, but also that's what the research shows. People who wear lifting belts do not lose progress on their abdominal strength at all, or lose their natural ability to protect themselves at all, as long as they're using it properly. Now, there's a few recommendations I would give on how to use this properly. One, if you're not using a lot of weight, if you're not pushing yourself very hard, the weightlifting belt is probably not going to do too much for you. This is more of a tool to use if you know how to properly brace your core and if you're above about 80% of your 1 rep max. That's really the territory when I would recommend starting to use or think about using a weightlifting belt. How you actually use a weightlifting belt properly is you would have the belt on, and what you would do is you would brace your core properly. I have a video on how to brace your core properly, a few drills you can do to figure that out. But if you brace your core properly, you'll be pushing your abs out against the belt and bracing that low back even more. Not only are you using your natural belt, your muscular TA, your transverse abdominis all around, and your core to stabilize yourself, but you're also using a belt to enhance your ability to stabilize your core. So it's not taking away at all from core movements, and I don't recommend using it all of the time. It's only when you're getting up to heavy sets that you want to think about using this belt. About 80% of 1 rep max is about threshold level. There are lots of different types of belts, and you probably have to see if your gym has any to try out. Start with a cheap one, see what types they have, see what brands they have. I really don't have a fancy one. I don't have an expensive one at all, and I've been able to lift over 400 pounds, no problem using this belt. It's something that I'm not a competitive power lifter to that level, but in terms of someone who is looking to get fit, someone who's looking to maybe do a bodybuilding show, where it's not super necessary to get to the 500, 600, 700 pound squats and deadlifts, then this, in my view, it doesn't really matter how expensive or how nice your belt is. But here's a brief discussion on belts. Hope you find this useful. Hopefully if you're taking a couple nuggets, it'll be helpful for you. And this is a video on lifting belts.